We're going to stop mail-in ballots because it's corrupt. You know, when you go to a voting booth and you do it the right way and you go to a state that runs it properly, you go in, they even ask me, they asked me for my license plate, for identity. I said, I don't know if I have it. They said, sir, you have to have it. I was very impressed, actually. But it's very hard to cheat with mail-in voting. As you know what happens in California, it's so corrupt, where some people get 5, 6, 7 ballots delivered to them. Now, we got to stop mail-in voting, and the Republicans have to lead the charge. The Democrats want it because they have horrible policy. If you have mail-in voting, you're not going to have many Democrats get elected. That's bigger than anything having to do with redistricting, believe me. And the Republicans have to get smart. We're not going to have a country. I said for a long time at rallies, you need borders.
Brother, you won. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Oh my God. He is still chirping about this, dude. You won the election, man. What the fuck?
And you need free and fair elections. Those two things. Otherwise, you don't have. We have strong borders now. In 90 days, Mr. President, we didn't have one.
I know. Mail-in voting is incredibly important to Republican control of Florida because that's how old people vote here. I know. He votes by mail. Trump votes by mail. Mail-in voting, universal mail-in ballots, is a prominent fixture of Republican states. Red states have used them in perpetuity. Old people need mail-in ballots. He is not trying to stop mail-in ballots. He's trying to stop mail-in ballots and mail-in voting in blue states. That's it. That's it. Because mail-in ballots make it easier. It's a access thing. And the easier it is to go out and vote, especially when you're a horribly unpopular leader, the easier it is to vote against you and your administration. But once again, as I've literally told you, after criticizing voting by mail, Trump and First Lady request mail-in ballots. They vote by mail. Trump votes by mail. It is so fucking stupid. Dog Hassan, you smelly as fuck. Shaking my head. I smell fucking awesome. You should ask your mom. She loves the way I smell. It's just so fucking stupid.
0, 0, and 3 months. Not one person came in illegally into our country. In fact, even I find that hard to believe, but it's run by a little bit of a liberal group that put out the numbers, so I guess it's, but 0, 0, and 0.
Mail-in voting is not available in Ukraine. Mail-in voting is only available in 12 countries in the world. It's not safe. 8-month subscriber. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you think the American elections are some of the safest elections around the planet? Okay? American elections are some of the safest, most secure elections around the planet. I cannot defend this position enough. Okay? It is just the truth. The notion that mail-in voting is not safe is insane. Okay? It's also conducted with paper. Paper is the safest method, for the record, before people yell at me. But it is done by paper, and it is the safest method. I don't know, it just feels unsafe. Okay, but that's your feeling. You can't just operate off of your feeling. Can we? Can we operate off of your feelings? Don't you think what matters more than your personal feelings and your personal fears is the million different times that this has been endlessly relitigated? Like, do you think that they don't do checks after the election? Bipartisan committees have been launched to investigate the security of our elections. Republican think tanks have tried to tackle this issue to make a claim that American elections are insecure, they're unsafe. Every single time this has been investigated, every single time, the results have always been the same. The results have always been the same. American elections show very little irregularities, and the fake voting, or like the voter fraud narratives, have always been fraught. It's been fraudulent. Look up the Election Truth Alliance, please. Hassan will not look at the fraud. Oh no, we got Blue Anon in here. No, they are not. This was a hacked election. Holy shit. Hassan will not look at all the fraud in the last election. When I said I wanted more hogs, I didn't mean Blue Anon, dude. I want like right-wing hogs. This is crazy. No, I don't want a mythical blue hog. This is like a shiny Pokemon. I want a fucking red hog. I want a hog. I want a real ass hog. What is happening? What is happening?
You go back a year ago, 2 years ago, millions of people poured into our country. It was terrible. Thank you very much.
International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance, IDEA, an intergovernmental organization that works to protect democratic institutions, says that 34 countries allow postal voting, 12 of which allow it for all voters, and 22 of which allow it for some voters. Among the countries that allow it are Canada, the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, and Germany. Dude, mail-in ballots are fucking awesome. Y'all are crazy. I voted by mail every single time, and I will continue to do so. It is ridiculous. It is a massive convenience. It is great. It is a great system. And if there were major irregularities, okay, then yes, I would advocate to change it. Not unsafe does not equal safest in the world. It's one of the safest in the world, okay? And also, like I said, there are never major irregularities in American elections. There are a million different committees and a million different think tanks that want to make it seem like there are major irregularities, have actively and desperately tried to cultivate this narrative, and they have failed to do so because American elections are safe and secure. Holy fuck. Election fraud bigger than voter fraud. Exactly. Election fraud is what actually happens in this country, and the way that they do it is by pumping up the narrative that there is voter fraud in this country. America does not have an issue with too many people voting. America has an issue with too little people voting for a multitude of different reasons. But as far as like the Republican strategy on this goes, they lie about election fraud. They just keep repeating that lie over and over again until it is the established narrative. And then they turn around and implement election fraud, election engineering, voter suppression. That is the real issue in this country. The real issue is hurdles placed in front of people that stop them from going out and voting. Okay? That's the real issue. The real issue is not too many people are voting, it's too little people voting. Holy fuck. I cannot believe that there are still people who push this. Even in a progressive community such as this one. Wow. It's crazy.